About 7,000 years ago, an earth-shaking volcanic eruption took place in the oceans off northeastern Taiwan. During the millennia that followed, fierce volcanic eruptions have followed 4 other times. These mysterious exertions of nature's force eventually created what is today the enchanted, one-of-a-kind wonder of Turtle Island. And in the waters nearby, it nurtures a dazzling, diverse marine ecosystem. In terms of tectonic structure, Turtle Island is situated exactly at the convergence of the Ryukyu Arc and the Okinawa Trough. The constant extension and fracturing of the Okinawa Trough led to prodigious volcanic eruptions at the ocean floor. In recent years, a joint research team of Taiwanese and French scientists discovered that at least 10 volcanoes rise up from the seabed around Turtle Island. But Turtle Island is the only one that rises above the ocean's surface. Recently, National Taiwan Ocean University Professor Li Chaoxing has been working with Japanese volcanologists to measure the state of activity of underwater volcanoes running from the Okinawa Trough to Turtle Island. Results indicate that more volcanic activities may occur on Turtle Island in the future. It is the only volcano in the Taiwan area confirmed to still be active.
龟山岛是一个海底火山爆发所形成的一个岛屿。我们这些人民所发现
Turtle Island was formed by a submarine volcanic explosion. When analyzing lava rock, we discovered that the last time a relatively big explosion occurred was 7,000 years ago. Usually, if a volcano has erupted within human history, it's considered active. So Turtle Island is a live volcano.
是一个活火山。
Viewed from afar, this volcanic island, 10 kilometers away from Yilan, on Taiwan's east coast, looks much like a sea turtle floating on the water's surface, and this is how it got its name. Turtle Island is branded with the unmistakable marks of its volcanic eruption 7,000 years ago. The turtle's head, shell, and tail all radiate the inimitable aura of a volcanic landscape. The turtle's head rises as an elliptical cone to a height of 239 meters above sea level. The surrounding rock cliffs are sheer. The island is lofty in the east, falling off to the west, and all the rock layers are formed from volcanic fragments known as tephra, ranging in color from earthen brown to yellow. The turtle's shell has a more or less square shape, fanning out in a slope toward the northwest and rising to 398 meters. The southern end is relatively steep, while the northern end rises at a more gradual incline. Alternating layers of solidified lava flows and tephra form its geological structure. The turtle's tail rises to a height of 141 meters. It is made up mostly of lava hills and pebble beaches, which stretch in a chain toward the west for about 1 kilometer. Observing Turtle Island from the sea, you'll witness brilliant, exotic volcanic formations and interweaving strata of lava flows and tephra across the rock walls, which rise on all 4 sides of the island. These lustrous, bizarre rock layers project an unmistakable feel of the island's volcanic nature. especially across the sheer cliffs at the Turtle's Head. To this day, the fumaroles are impressively vigorous. But Turtle Island's most unique volcanic spectacle can be found in the waters off its eastern side. Here, white bubbles rise to the surface from the seafloor and form a swath of milky white water. The phenomenon is caused by volcanic hot springs on the ocean floor. Volcanic fumaroles and sulfiteras, fumaroles on which sulfur crystals have formed, spew gas at the ocean floor, which passes through the water, forming countless rising bubbles. The enormous explosive force of hot water surging to the surface creates a large stretch of yellowish-white condensed sulfur, and the air is pungent with a sulfuric smell. Sometimes these milky white surges will shift directions along with ocean currents.
A magnificent submarine volcanic geyser lies underneath the Turtle's Head, a shallow sea geyser. At depths of 20 to 40 meters or so, underwater geysers are densely distributed. This is a world-renowned phenomenon, and a sulfuric spring like this creates a very special marine ecosystem.
On the ocean floor nearby Turtle Island, more than 50 submarine fumaroles can be seen. This enormous explosive force coming from deep within the Earth's crust, like a collection of enormous seafloor chimneys, constantly emits hot spring water, sulfur, and other particles. The ear-splitting sound of gaseous emissions and enormous columns of bubbles gives people the thrilling sensation that the volcano is about to erupt. When people behold this underwater realm of volcanic springs, they always wonder how life can exist in a place like this. It must be a lifeless wasteland. The area close to the fumaroles is particularly inhospitable, with water temperatures as high as 115 degrees Celsius and a pH level of about 2. This is very hot, highly alkaline water. In this hostile environment, most marine life forms could not survive unless they had some special means to adapt. Yet on the seafloor close to the Turtle's Head, where the volcanic geysers are most densely packed, we've discovered a group of very special crabs. They pay no heed to their malignant surroundings, but live out their lives in contentment in the turbulent waters next to fumaroles. They are a rare species of crab belonging to the family Grapsidae. Only 2 years ago did scuba divers discover them underneath coral rock near geysers at the depth of 16 meters near Turtle Island. Later, biologists determined that they were a completely new species. Now, they are known as Xenograpsis testudinus, but the details of their habitat and behavior remain an enigma. The crabs thrive in high numbers, and intriguingly, they make their home in a seemingly desolate habitat. How do they overcome such a harsh environment and achieve a stable life? The crabs are unendingly busy placing sulfur fragments into their mouths and passing them out again undigested. Exactly what are they eating? Are they filtering algae or other organic matter as food? Or are they, just like many deep-sea crabs, making use of symbiotic bacteria in their own systems, which break sulfur fragments down? These fascinating ecological topics await further exploration by marine biologists. Turtle Island is also located along the course of the Kuroshio Current, which flows up from the equator. Following the shape of the ocean floor, the Kuroshio flows upward here, bringing an abundant supply of plankton to these waters, and also attracting numerous schools of diadromous fish, which migrate between fresh and salt water. This has made the waters around Turtle Island one of Taiwan's top 3 fishing areas, and the major offshore fishing grounds of northern Taiwan. Ecological surveys reveal nearly 270 species of fish in the waters around Turtle Island. Damselfish, wrasses, and gobies are the most plentiful of all. The Kuroshio Current is extremely warm and clear, excellent conditions for the growth of coral. That is why coral can often be seen along the Kuroshio's course. This ocean current also has a profound influence on the waters off Turtle Island, through which it passes. Throughout the year, water temperatures remain at 20 degrees Celsius or higher, creating a set of natural conditions in which coral thrive. All along the shores of the turtle's tail, in waters at depths of about 6 meters, a dense reef grows with 87 varieties of coral. Sarcophyton coral is most abundant, and toadstool coral is plentiful as well. On the steep rock walls, the sea becomes even more bustling and vibrant, interspersed with blossoming carnation coral.
Around the wharf on the northern coast of Turtle Island, there's a really densely populated coral reef, which has formed an extremely good habitat for marine life, so that all kinds of coral reef fish and diadromous fish thrive there. This has made for a very good fishing grounds. Such an accommodating ecosystem has fostered many beautiful marine invertebrates too. Most unique and spectacular are the large numbers of sea serpents, which we've discovered in our research. It's the most remarkable phenomenon in all the waters off northern Taiwan.
Of course, this dazzling complex coral reef is a most excellent habitat for a colorful array of coral reef fish species, and an array of invertebrates too. Nearby the larger coral reefs, vast schools of cardinal fish are often spotted. They travel in the largest groups in the Turtle Island reefs. A multitude of small and delicate damselfish shuttle with orderly deportment along the crevices of the reef. And such invertebrates as sea cucumbers, starfish, sea slugs, and feather duster worms make the reef even more colorful and diverse. In the lower section of the reef, rarely glimpsed lobsters flick their tentacles in dance-like motions at the mouths of their holes. Usually, they wait until night to go out in search of food. Higher up in the reef, schools of migratory fish, such as rabbitfish, fusilier, and barracuda, often swim. In recent years, one of the most popular maritime recreational activities has been whale watching. The waters around Turtle Island naturally attract many whales and dolphins, which feed on the bountiful variety of marine life. And this has made Turtle Island a whale watcher's mecca. Every year, about 100,000 nature-loving visitors come here to admire the astounding cetaceans and the bizarre marvel of underwater volcanoes. The beauty of Turtle Island is as pure as a newborn baby. Its marine ecosystem is as bountiful as a tropical rainforest. And its unique, fascinating underwater volcanoes are one of Taiwan's priceless treasures. After many years of restricted access, Turtle Island now awaits you with a spectacle of enchantment like none other in the world.